graduated from Rowan University in the spring of 2022 with a sports communication and media degree. I got to actually call minor league baseball and G League basketball games while I was in school. And then I graduated, and as soon as I graduated, I went to NFL Films in Mount Laurel, New Jersey. And as much as I loved that experience, I miss putting on the headsets. I decided, you know what, talk is cheap. I have a laptop that's in my house, and so 21 months later, here we are, still on YouTube, calling games and building an incredible, loving community on here with the people that I call my Philly freaks with a capital P and a capital H. We go live for every single Phillies, Sixers, and Eagles game, and we do it like old school radio play-by-play style. I'm Jason Joseph, and this is Play-by-Play with JJ.
I showed a swung on barrel. Get out to right field. Bye-bye baseball.
That baby is long gone.
Good afternoon, everybody. Hopefully you're all doing well and having yourself a very fantastic day so far. My name is Jason Joseph. This is Play-by-Play with JJ. Make sure that you guys hit the thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button as well, and turn on the notification bell icons too. And that way you will know when we do go live for Phillies baseball, Sixers basketball, Eagles football, and other baseball content on here as well. The Philadelphia Phillies have started off their West Coast road trip, and well, Seattle really hasn't been such a friendly place for them so far. They have lost the first two games of the series, and they are looking to try to end the series on a positive note and avoid getting swept out in Seattle at T-Mobile Park before they head out to Los Angeles. Tomorrow is an off day, and then they go and play against the Angels Friday, Saturday, and Sunday night. Today is Jesus Luzardo. He is going to be pitching, right? And before we talk about Jesus Luzardo, obviously the bats have been really cold. The bats have been they've just put up a total of 3 runs over the last 2 nights. And let's see how they do today. I think that this is a team that from just watching them over the last 11 games or so, they can absolutely get hot. They were on a 9-game winning streak. Things were rolling. And certainly they were doing well out in Iowa. And there was some sort of magic that they brought back. And they were hitting the ball well. They were hitting the ball well. They were putting together really good at-bats. They were grinding. They were making opponents' pitchers sweat and doing whatever they could to make them feel fatigued and getting to bullpens. And clearly, George Kirby yesterday just only threw a total of 30 pitches in the 4th, the 5th, and the 6th inning combined. Today, what I really want to see against Brian Wu is I want to see that type of baseball that they were playing back when they had the winning streak going. I want them to be able to foul off pitches. I want them to be able to stay disciplined at the plate and not have to chase. Because we've sort of seen, especially yesterday, more of a chase version of the Philadelphia Phillies. Not as much the day before that, but yesterday specifically, they were chasing after a lot of junk. And today they have to do the opposite. Yeah. As far as pitching goes, I expect Jesus Luzardo to go out there and keep you involved in this game and dominate. I would really love to see him just continue to be the pitcher that he has been in the second half of this All-Star, in the second half of this season. That's what I meant to say. Because he's been their best pitcher. I still feel like that overall he has been their best pitcher in the second half of the season so far. He's been really good on the road. He's been really strong on the road. The last time that he pitched, he went 5 2/3. He gave up 2 earned runs. There were just 2 solo shots, but he did strike out 9 batters. But he's had a very good month of August. Just a total of 7 earned runs in 27 1/3 of an inning. And 37 strikeouts, too. His sweeper has been fantastic. His fastball has actually had an uptick in velocity too, which has been really good, and the changeup has looked extraordinarily well. So, with all of that being said, my final score prediction for today, chat, that I'm going to go with is going to be as follows. I got the Philadelphia Phillies winning this game by a score of 6-2. That's my final score prediction that I'm going to go with for today. So I got the Phillies taking care of business, putting up 6 runs today and only allowing 2. My MVP for today. So, I usually like to go with the pitcher, Jesus Luzardo, especially in cases like these. However, I'm actually going to go with Kyle Schwarber today as my MVP. That's who I'm going to go with for today. And the reason why is because I just have a gut feeling that he is going to hit 2 homers today. Something is just telling me in my blood that he's just going to hit 2 homers. And he's going to destroy Brian Wu and be a one-man wrecking crew all by himself. So I usually would go with Jesus Luzardo as an MVP, but because I feel like Kyle Schwarber is going to hit 2 homers today, and he is also my home run hero as well, I'm going to go with Schwarber as my MVP for today. So Schwarber is the MVP, a 2-homer game. And my final stat line prediction today for Jesus Luzardo that I will go with, I will say that Jesus does go 7 innings. 7 innings of work. I also have a feeling that he's going to get 9 strikeouts again for the 3rd time in a row. And I will say 1 earned run allowed by Zeus. So that is my final stat line prediction today for Jesus Luzardo. So again, I got Kyle Schwarber as my MVP. I got the Phillies winning 6-2. Kyle Schwarber is going to have a 2-homer game today. That's my hot take. That's my prediction. And I'm going to also say that Jesus Luzardo goes 7 innings, strikes out 9 batters, and allows just 1 earned run today. Let me know what your predictions are down below. I do want to say hello to everybody that is here in the chat before we get to the starting lineups. David is here. What's up, David? How you doing, man? Go Phillies. Absolutely. Eric is here. What's going on, Eric? JJ is a resident of the Cal Raleigh, yeah. Cal Raleigh, yes. I hear you. Cool J is also here. Michael is here. Benny is here as well. What's up, Ariel? How you doing, buddy? Jose says, you can call me crazy for this, but Luzardo needs to be our number 2 over Zach. I don't think that that's crazy. I don't think it's crazy to say that he should be a number 1. I really don't. I don't think it's crazy to say that. I would just go with Zach Wheeler. If the playoffs started tomorrow, I would go Zach Wheeler and Christopher Sanchez as my number 1 and number 2 because I expect them to get it done in the playoffs. But if we're basing this off of, players that have been doing well recently, you could actually make the argument and say that Luzardo should be your number 1, Aaron Nola should be your number 2, and then Zach Wheeler and Christopher Sanchez should be your number 3 and 4. You really could. You could make that argument. I'm not saying that that's what it should be, but there's a world where you could say Aaron Nola should be your number 2 right now, just because recently he's been pitching super well. Same thing with Jesus Luzardo too. Absolutely. All right, who else is here? JS is here. David says, I'm going to go 8-3 Phillies. Bryce Harper's my MVP. Nice. I love to see it. What's up, Jordan? Fist pump to you, buddy. How are you doing? Good to see you on here. Lou also says, I got the Phillies winning 3-2. Zeus is my MVP. 7 innings, 10 strikeouts. And the home run hero today is going to be Bryce Harper. Ariel says 7-4 Phillies. Harper's the MVP for today. Eric says I'm thinking 7-2 Phils. Harper or Schwarber is the MVP. Nice. Okay. Yes, sir. Okay. What's going on, chat? What's up, Morty? What's going on, Michael? What's going on, Jose? What is up, everybody? Good to see you on here. All right. Let's get on into the starting lineups for this afternoon, shall we? Let's do it. All right, so this is what the starting lineup looks like today for the Philadelphia Phillies. They will have Kyle Schwarber batting leadoff. It'll be Schwarber DHing. Trey Turner batting second today. He's over at shortstop. Batting third is going to be Bryce Harper. He's out in right field. And then you got batting cleanup Luis Arraez. Not really much has changed there. Nothing has changed. Arraez playing over at second. Bohm is batting fifth. He's playing over at first. Then you got Bryson Stott over at third base. He'll be batting sixth. Brandon Marsh is out in left field. He'll be batting seventh. Batting eighth, you got Jesus Luzardo. He's the catcher. And batting ninth is Justin Crawford. He's out in center field today. He's the caboose. So again, it's Schwarber batting leadoff. Trey Turner batting second. Bryce Harper third. Luis Arraez fourth. Ellis Bohm fifth. Bryson Stott sixth. Brandon Marsh seventh. JT Realmuto eighth. And last but not least, Justin Crawford batting in the ninth spot. Jesus Luzardo is on the bump today for the Philadelphia Phillies. And the interim manager, of course, is Don Mattingly. The Phillies are 73-60. They are 13 games over 500. They also have a 35-30 record on the road and are looking to try to avoid a sweep tonight against the Seattle Mariners. All right. And obviously, as far as things go for the Seattle Mariners, their lineup for today will look like this. Taylor Ward is batting leadoff. He's out in right field. Batting second is Randy Arozarena. He's the left fielder for today. The center fielder is Julio Rodriguez. He'll be batting third. Cal Raleigh, DHing, batting fourth. Patrick Wisdom is playing over at first base. He'll be batting fifth. J.P. Crawford is over at shortstop, and he'll be batting sixth. And then you got Weston Wilson, the former Philly, playing at third base, batting seventh today. Johnny Pareda is going to be the catcher behind the plate. Cal Raleigh, as we mentioned, is DHing. So Pareda gets the nod. He is behind the plate, batting eighth. And Brock Rodden is over at second base. He'll be batting ninth. So again, for the Mariners, it's Taylor Ward, Randy Arozarena, Julio Rodriguez, Cal Raleigh, Patrick Wisdom, J.P. Crawford, Weston Wilson, Johnny Pareda, Brock Rodden, and Brian Wu on the bump. Dan Wilson is the manager for the Seattle Mariners, and they are looking to try to go for their 65th win of the season. They are 64-69. They have a 37-30 record at home at T-Mobile Park this year. And let's talk a little bit more about Brian Wu, because we haven't had the chance to do that. So Brian Wu is the guy who is on the mound today for the Seattle Mariners, a guy who has a 9-8 record, a 4.10 ERA, a 1.08 WHIP, and 130 in the third of an inning and 137 strikeouts. Don't be fooled, though, when it comes to Brian Wu, because this guy has had the worst ERA on the road. I'm not even kidding. He has a 5.96 ERA on the road, but at home this year, he's 7-0 with a 1.96 ERA, which is one of the best. So he has just, for whatever reason, has put up really good numbers at home. 64 and a third of an inning at home, 69 strikeouts, and just a total of 14 earned runs. Only 4 homers allowed. On the road, though, he's given up 11 homers. He's given up 49 earned runs, which is over 3 times the amount of earned runs that he has given up at home. So, do not be fooled by Bryan Woo. I just want to also put that out there as well. I really want to see the Philadelphia Phillies work him today and get him out of the game as early as possible. But do not take that man for granted, is all I have to say about that. The umpires for today: Chad Fairchild is behind the plates. Bill Miller is over at first. Chad Whitson's at second. And Brian Walsh is over at third base. And the defense today for the Seattle Mariners: behind the plate, it's Johnny Pereda. Over on the bump, it's Bryan Woo. At first base, you got Patrick Wisdom. At second base, it's Brock Rodden. At third, it's Weston Wilson. And at short, it's J.P. Crawford. And then the outfield from left to right, it'll be Randy Arozarena out in left, Julio Rodriguez in center, and Taylor Ward out in right field tonight for the Seattle Mariners. And DHing is Cal Raleigh. So that is the defense for the Seattle Mariners today. And just about in 3 minutes or so, we shall be underway, getting things started and ending the series, hopefully on a positive note for the Philadelphia Phillies' sake. Just a quick reminder, chat, and I will always say this now before a game starts, okay? Do not spoil the game. Mods, if you could drop down the chat rules, I would really appreciate that. All I ask for people in the chat is simple, okay? I need people to keep it clean in the chat, okay? I need you guys to not be cursing in my chat because we have kids that come on here, and I want to try to set a good example for them and keep it as PG-friendly as possible. Second thing I wanted to say is no spoilers. If you see something that happens before I call it, that is what you call a spoiler if you post it right before I say it. So please refrain from posting a spoiler down below. Wait until I make the call first and then give a spoiler. And then react accordingly to whatever play or whatever pitch occurs. And finally, do not spam the chat. Do not spam the chat and keep saying the same thing over and over again. And finally, have fun. Cheers, everybody. L'chaim. Let's go. All right. Let's get ready. First pitch, about ready to get underway. The temperature out in Seattle at T-Mobile Park, it is 70 degrees Fahrenheit. And as far as the wind goes, it's blowing south to southwest at 7 miles per hour. The air quality today is fair, and the humidity is at 57%. The roof is open today out at T-Mobile Park. Once again, drop down below what your final score predictions are on this game. I got the Phillies winning by a final score of 6-2. And I got Kyle Schwarber hitting 2 homers today. He's my MVP and my home run hero for today. And Jesus Luzardo, who is on the mound. Zeus, I have him going 7 innings, striking out 9 batters, and giving up 1 earned run as well. Jose says, I got 7-4 Phillies. MVP is going to be Schwarber, 3 for 4, 2 homers, including a grand slam. And 1 single homer heroes will be Stott, Harper, and Schwarbs. All right, nice. Good stuff. Very, very good. Make sure that you guys hit the thumbs up button on your way in and hit that subscribe button as well. If you're tuning in over on TikTok, go follow me on TikTok and make sure that you follow me on Twitch as well. Always good to see you guys on those platforms too as we try to get those numbers up as well. Not just YouTube, but the other platforms too. If you guys are on YouTube and you want to go support me on TikTok and on Twitch and on all the other social media platforms, one of the mods will drop the !@ socials down below, and that'll give you access to all of my social media platforms. That's in my link tree. Also, if you guys want to send stuff to my P.O. box, every Wednesday we do a P.O. box opening in the 5th inning. If you guys want to send stuff to the P.O. box, the mods will also drop that down below as well. It is Play-by-Play with JJ P.O. Box 6 in Gibbsboro, New Jersey, Gibbsboro, New Jersey 08026. That is the zip code. The Phillies coming on into today are 4.5 games in back of the Atlanta Braves. They are also still 2 games above the San Diego Padres in that wild card race. The Phillies have the 2nd wild card seed. The Padres have the 3rd. The Cubs still in 1st. They are 3 games above the Philadelphia Phillies. Bryan Woo is now on the mound, and he is ready to go. The Mariners are in their dark blue and white uniforms. They have their white tops and white bottoms. On the top part of the jersey, at the chest, it says Mariners, painted in blue, dark blue that is. And Bryan Woo is ready to get things started. He has a 4-seamer, a sinker, a slider, a sweeper, a changeup, and a curveball. This season, batters are hitting .233 against that 4-seamer, .229 against the slider, .208 against the sweeper, and .282 against the fastball. Woo has the 4th lowest ERA at home this season. As we talked about it before, this guy really does thrive at home at T-Mobile Park. A 1.96 ERA. And when you take a look at some other pitchers who have been dominant at home this year, Jacob Misiorowski is one of them with a 1.62 ERA. Chris Sale is also up there too. And so is Christopher Sanchez. They're the only 3 pitchers that are out in front of him in that category. All right, and let's get the 3D up and running, and let's get this show on the road right now. All right, here is the box score. Kyle Schwarber ready to step on into the box. The Philadelphia Phillies are in their gray tops, gray bottoms, with the red Phillies letters painted across the chest, blue stars above the eyes. They also have their red Phillies helmets on with the white P as the logo. Here is Bryan Woo, ready to start things off, and the first pitch to Kyle Schwarber. That is taken for a called strike, and Schwarber already is going to use an ABS challenge. He thought that was a ball. Let's see, is he correct? And he is. That was definitely a ball. So Kyle Schwarber is correct, and we are underway. That was high by about an inch. 1.1 inches to be exact. Woo gets set below the letters and fires. And the pitch is in there for strike 1. Going to see a lot of 98s when it comes to his 4-seamer today. One ball, 1 strike. The windup and the pitch. And Schwarber fouls it back over towards the screen to make it now 1-2. The 1-2 pitch to Kyle. Here it comes. That is also going to be fouled back over towards the screen as well. Trying to sync this up. There we go. That's better. Good stuff. The Phillies have been outscored in this series so far by a score of 13-3. Woo gets set again, kicks, fires, and Schwarber flies one out over towards the right center field gap, and that is going to bounce over the warning track and go over the wall. Bounce on the warning track and go over the wall, so it's a ground rule double here in the top of the first inning. I don't know why I got tongue-tied there, but Kyle Schwarber gets a ground rule double. Got a good pitch to hit. It went over the Alaska sign out in right center field, and the leadoff man is aboard. Let's go. Ground rule double for Kyle Schwarber. And Turner is up. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss, and that's to Trey Turner. Sorry about that. What? No balls, 1 strike to Trey Turner. Here's the 0-1. That'll be fouled back over towards the screen. Turner over his last 10 games is hitting just a $175 with 2 doubles and 2 RBIs. And Mattingly continues to ride him in the 2-hole. Hopefully he gets on today. 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss. He went chasing after a fastball that was about a foot above the zone. Won't do it there. And there's 1 out here in the first. I mean, you want him to try to put up a better competitive at-bat there instead of just chasing after junk. And that's what he did. It was like, I have a pitch to play with. Let me throw it way up high. Bryce Harper is up to bat. And on the very first pitch, he'll foul it off. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and turn on the bell icons too. This guy works his rear end off. No more spoiling his calls. It's going to happen. It's going to happen, but obviously, mods, if you see it happen, just time him out. 0-1 pitch, and Harper sends this one out to deep left center field. That ball's going back towards the track, and that ball is gone! Bye-bye, baseball! That's number 27 for BH3. Ring it! That was his pitch, too. Fastball down the middle. Missed spot. Harper says sayonara. One out, and here comes Arraez, and the first pitch will ground it right over to J.P. Crawford's way. He picks it up, throws it over to first, and there's out number 2. Crawford did not even have to move there. So, on the first pitch of the at-bat to Luis Arraez, he grounds out, and there's 2 away. Last season, Bryce Harper had 27 homers. Well, it's August 26, folks, and he has 27 already. 2 outs, stop at the first. Bohm is up, and Alec's first pitch that he takes is a fastball down the middle for a called strike. Dallas, what's going on, Dallas? How you doing? Hope you're having a great day. No balls, 1 strike, and that's to Alec Bohm. The 0-1 pitch, and Bohm fouls this one back over towards the screen. Phillies are off tomorrow, and then they will catch a flight to Los Angeles. They will fly out tomorrow afternoon, I believe. They play the Angels this weekend. No balls, 2 strikes. The 0-2 pitch to Bohm, swing and a miss. The sweeper just sailed outside, and Bohm is retired. So the Philadelphia Phillies do get a 2-run blast from Bryce Harper and go up 2-0 as they go to the bottom of the first out at T-Mobile Park. All right, there you go. So Taylor Ward will be batting leadoff again for the Seattle Mariners. It'll be Ward, arozarena, Rodriguez, Raleigh, Wisdom, Crawford, Wilson, Pareda, and Brock Rodden. So that's Taylor Ward, Randy Arozarena, Julio Rodriguez, Cal Raleigh, Patrick Wisdom, J.P. Crawford, Weston Wilson, Johnny Pareda, and Brock Rodden all in the starting lineup today for the Seattle Mariners. And they will be going up against Jesus Luzardo, who is going to take the hill for the Philadelphia Phillies. Zeus has been fantastic this year. This guy has 11 wins and 5 losses. He has the 20th best ERA in all of baseball. That's at a 3.35. And for him to be able to be there is incredible because he started off the season, he was very inconsistent. If you guys remember back in April and even in May, he would put up some really bad outings, but then he would have some really dominant outings. But he's been really insane over the last 2 months and has been their best pitcher in the second half of the season. So this will be his 27th start of the season, 156 innings of work, and 194 strikeouts as well. So he needs 6 strikeouts to get to the 200 marker. And I think that he can absolutely do that today. 64 runs, 58 earned runs, and a total of 14 homers as well. On the road this year, he has been a beast. He really has. He has a 1.95 ERA on the road, which is one of the best in all of baseball. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss. I like how NBC just comes back like right as the first pitch is being thrown. So it's no balls, 1 strike, nothing we can do there. Zeus winds up and fires, and the next pitch is inside for ball 1. Zeus is 28 years old, 6 feet tall, 218 pounds. And he's a lefty, of course. 1-1 pitch. Fouled back over towards the screen by Taylor Ward. But a 1.95 ERA away from Citizens Bank Park. 17 earned runs in 78 innings of work. The 1-2 delivery. That will be lined foul towards the third base side. Taylor Ward was acquired by the Mariners at the trade deadline from the Orioles. The 1-2 pitch. That's outside for ball 2. Two and 2 is the count. Lots of sunshine today, of course. It's a beautiful day. The 2-2 pitch popped up and skied over towards the third base side. Stott has to go towards the line and towards the infield grass to get under it and make the grab, and he does for the first out of the inning. As far as the rest of the defense goes for Philadelphia, so Stott's over at the hot corner. Over at first base, you got Alec Bohm. Up the middle, it's Trey Turner at short and Luis Arraez over at second. The next batter up is Randy Arozarena, and Arozarena takes a called strike at the knees. The rest of the defense, you got JT catching. He was off yesterday. 0-1 pitch. Jesus Luzardo's on the mound, and he just threw a sweeper that was grounded back over to him, plays it on a hop, throws it over to first, and there's out number 2. 8 pitches and 2 outs. And in the outfield, from left to right, Brandon Marsh, Justin Crawford, and Bryce Harper. Douglas, thank you so much for the sub on YouTube. I appreciate it. J-Rod is up, and here's the first pitch from Zeus. That's a fastball down Broad Street, taken all the way for strike 1. Zeus works really quickly, and he's not wasting any time. The leg kick on the next pitch, swing and a miss. He's like, I dare you to swing at that again. And it's 0-2. The last time that he faced the Mariners was last year in August. He went 6 innings and struck out 12 Mariners batters. 0-2 pitch. That's a fly ball hit out over to deep right field. Harper back at the track towards the wall. Leaps up, makes the grab. And there's out number 3. Bryce Harper with an excellent catch. And Rodriguez sent that one all the way to the deepest part of right field. And Harper is able to jump up and catch it and possibly take away a home run there. I don't know if it would have been, but excellent play by Harper for sure. And we are ready to go to the top of the second inning. 2-0 Philadelphia. A lot of action so far in this game. And Zeus gets himself a 1-2-3 inning. That was close. He threw him 2 fastballs down the middle, and he was tardy on the both of them. And then he just decides, you know what? I'm gonna throw a four-seamer that's a little bit more up towards the center of the plate. And he did. And Rodriguez almost took that thing out of here. All right, time for us to go to the second inning. Hope you're all doing well and having yourselves a very fantastic day. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe. Let's say hello to some more people. Hardcore is here. Eric is here. Ariel's also here as well. JJ, when do you think ABS challenge later? When do you think ABS challenge later in the game or anytime the confidence is very high to use one? Anthony, I don't know what you're asking, but if you're asking me when do I think players should use it, I think that they should use it when they feel really confident that the pitch is a ball. So like if it's an egregious call, all right, like you can use it early on. You got to go with your gut, right? But more typically, I'd rather have them on the controversial ones. If they feel like it's a little bit more iffy, I'd rather have them save it until like the 7th inning or later. But that should be the general rule. But obviously, the thing is that these umpires are going to make bad calls anyways. So if it's an egregious one, obviously use it. Okay, use it in that case. But that's the way that I would address that. Bryson Stott is up, and here's the first pitch from Wu. It's fouled back over towards the left side of the field. Did you guys realize that Bryce Harper in the month of August has 26 hits and 77 at-bats? He's batting .338 with 5 homers and 12 RBIs. The ball is 1 strike, and here's the 0-1, and that's in there for strike 2 at the knees. A sinker at 96 and a four-seamer at 96. And similar spots. No balls, 2 strikes. Brian Wu gets the signs from Johnny Pareda. And the 0-2 pitch to Stott. Foul ball, and it will go on out of play. Bryson Stott is 2 for his last 8. And really, he's cooled off a little bit. He's 2 for 8 in the series, but really, it's really 2 for his last 20. 0-2 pitch. That's a line drive down the third base line, and that's going to go all the way over towards the corner. Stott's thinking 2 here. Here's the throw to second base. That's off the line, and Stott slides in there safely. Stott leads the second inning off with a double. There we go. Bryson Stott is in there over at second base, and that's back-to-back innings where the Philadelphia Phillies get on with a leadoff double. Let's go. Arozarena had to get to that ball as quickly as he could to fire it in. No shot that he was going to get stopped, though. Charge! There you go, and now it's Brandon Marsh's turn. Wu gets set right at the Mariners' letters and has to throw from the stretch again. Now he looks over at third, now back to the plate, and the first pitch to Marsh is a little bit down. Pareda tried to frame it right at the knees, but Chad Fairchild still called to the ball. Jordan, how you doing, man? How is Jordan Jr. doing? 1-0 pitch. That's a foul ball over towards the left side and out of play. Brian is also here. What's going on, buddy? Good to see you on here. Harper's now 10 homers away from 400. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. 1 ball, 1 strike to Brandon Marsh. And here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. The fastball was high at 97 miles per hour. Brandon Marsh in his career against Brian Wu is 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. The 1-2 pitch, and Marsh fouls off another one and stays alive. The Phillies are 4.5 games in back of the Atlanta Braves, who lead the NL East. They are 6 games above the Marlins as well in the division. And then in the wild card race, they are 3 games in back of Chicago. The 1-2 pitch, here it is. That's down for ball 2. And they're 2 games above the San Diego Padres. 3 above the Diamondbacks. They play the Diamondbacks next week. That'll be a big series. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The 2-2 pitch to Brandon Marsh, and it's upstairs for ball 3. Zeus is pain in the box right now, says Jordan. Yeah, he had a excellent first inning, except for the fastball that he threw to Rodriguez, but great defense by Harper. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Brandon Marsh. The 3-2 pitch, that's up high and away for ball 4. A double and a walk to start off the second. And JT is up. Charge! Nice. Two runners on, nobody out. A .225 average for JT Realmuto and 9 homers. We already have a timeout taken on the field. The pitching coach is going to go have a word with Brian Wu. Try to calm him down here. That's Pete Woodworth, who is the pitching coach for the Seattle Mariners. He's 38 years old from St. Petersburg, Florida. He's been the coach with the Mariners since 2020. 2 runners on, nobody out. And JT ready to step on into the batter's box right now. The Phillies, their plus run differential right now is at plus 17. They've scored 602 runs this season, and they've allowed 585. The pitch. That's in there for a strike. We talked about how great the run differential was when they were on that winning streak. Because that's been one of the main talking points this year about this Phillies team. No balls, 1 strike. The toss back over to second, and Stott dives back in there safely with his right hand on the bag. We got Venezuela in the chat. Cesar is here. What's up, Cesar? How you doing, buddy? 2-0 Phillies on a 2-run blast by Bryce Harper in the first inning. 0-1 pitch to JT, and he gets a good cut on the fastball and fouls it away. After the game is over, chat, we will have a post-game show. Make sure that you guys call on into the post-game show and give us your thoughts on this game. No balls, 2 strikes to JT. And here's the 0-2 pitch, and JT fouls off another one. Good swings. So 2 runners on in the top of the second with nobody out. Stott doubled, Marsh walked, and JT is in the box. The 0-2 pitch, here it is, swing and a miss. The fastball just kept rising, and that went to 98 again, and Brian Wu strikes out his 3rd right-handed batter today. That's the first out. That was a good pitch. Swung right underneath it. And it's Justin Crawford's turn. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Wu kicks and deals. And Crawford takes ball 1. Crawford has been terrific in the month of August for the Philadelphia Phillies. He's batting .317, 19 hits in 60 at-bats. Here's the 1-0 delivery, and it paints the outside edge for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Crawford hitting .329 with runners in scoring position as Wu comes set just below the Mariners' letters, kicks and delivers again. And it's outside and high for ball 2. Well, we talked about the Phillies and their record and the standings for the National League East. But in the American League West, the Mariners are 2.5 games in back of the Astros for the top spot in the division. The 2-1 pitch to Crawford. And that is going to be called ball 3. It was at the knees, but Johnny Pereda is going to challenge this. And he will most likely be correct. Yes, he is. So the count is now 2-2. Seattle is 64-69. They're also 2 games in back of the Texas Rangers. That is so crazy. The Astros lead the division, and yet they have a minus 42 run differential. And they're a 500 team. The 2-2 pitch, fouled away, and we'll do it again. Yeah, I was asking that. My typing. No, you're good. You're good, man. No worries. No worries. Don't feel embarrassed, man. 2-2 pitch to Crawford, and another good cut as he fouls off another fastball. That's the other thing, too, about Crawford is that not only is he playing small ball and doing his job when it comes to flipping the lineup card over, but he's fouling off pitches, too. A lot of these times. Brian Wu kicks, fires again, and it's in the dirt for ball 3. Good take there by Crawford, too. There we go. .3D is on rare form. Nice. Good. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And the payoff pitch to Crawford. That's a foul ball. Hit back over towards the screen. Got another fastball there and just did excellent. A lot of pitches in this inning for Brian Wu. And there's 1 out. Stotts at second, he got on with a double. Marsh at first, he got on with a walk. The 3-2 pitch, and that ball is grounded over towards the right side and through the hole for a base hit out to right field. Stott's going to be waved home. Marsh will stop at second. The throw is drawn to second, and Justin Crawford punches one out to right field. It's 3-0 Phillies on the RBI single by Justin Crawford. Look at that. Great swing by Crawford. Able to just follow through on the swing, beat the defense, get it through the 4-3 hole. Always surprised that defenses aren't a little bit more aligned towards the right side when he's on, but obviously in that situation, they can't be with runners over at first and second, but I'm just saying in general. Justin Crawford over at first, and now it's Kyle Schwarber. Schwarber's first pitch that he takes is up high for a ball. Excellent at-bat by Justin Crawford. How many pitches was that, chat? How many pitches was that? I believe that was like 10 pitches. Oh my gosh. That's what you want. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Schwarber pops this one up over towards the left side and out of play about 4 rows deep. That was 9 pitches. 9 pitches. Insane. Kyle Schwarber is up. Schwarber started off the game with a ground rule double. And he will step on out of the box. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Come on. Charge. Nice. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 ball, 1 strike to Kyle Schwarber. And here's the pitch. And that is down and inside for ball 2. Took a slider there. It's funny because Crawford got 6 4-seamers in a row. Then he got a slider. He took the slider. They made it then 3-2. And then he fouled off the sinker. And then he gets a fastball, a 4-seamer, right towards the inside corner at the knees and just put the ball on the ground and got it through the hole. 2-1 pitch to Kyle. This ball is fouled off by Schwarber. Sort of hit it right to the ground, ricocheted off of the front of his foot, and then he caught it. Two balls, 2 strikes. 3-0 Phillies. Traffic on the bases. 1 out. The 2-2 pitch, and Kyle sends this one out to deep right field. Forget about it. It's long gone. That just doubled the lead. 6-0. A Schwarb-tastic home run for number 40. He knew it. He knew that that ball was going to fly. That's the first homer for Kyle Schwarber. 40 home runs for Kyle. 1 out, top of the second, and the pitch to Turner. And that's way inside. Did it get him? No. It nearly got him. Shane with the gold coin. Thank you so much. 1 ball, no strikes. Woo, comes set, kicks, fires. And Turner pops this one back behind home plate. And the count is 1-1. Denver with the 6-7. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And Denver also with the 22-month membership. Thank you so much. 22 months. Let's go, JJ. MVPs down below for all of the contributions. 1-1 swing and a miss to Turner. MVPs for Denver and for Shane. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The 1-2. Here it is. And the sweeper is down and away for ball 2. A 4-run second inning so far, thanks to an RBI single by Justin Crawford and a 3-run homer by Kyle Schwarber. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Woo, kicks, fires, and Turner fouls off another one. Look at this. Brian Wu has 48 pitches in 1 1/3 of an inning. It's not rocket science. Get rid of the sabermetrics. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out in the top of the second. The 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss, and Turner strikes out on the sweeper that was low. There's out number 2. Bryce Harper hit a 2-run homer his last time up, which was awesome to see. That ball went out to left center field. Rodriguez went back and actually I thought for a second maybe he had a chance to rob that thing. Just out of reach though. Harper is up and he takes a slider that's low for a ball. I was going to cook today, but it may be a Wawa day. 1 ball, no strikes to Bryce Harper. Woo, fires again. And the changeup is low for ball 2. Before today, Harper was 0 for 3 against Wu with 2 strikeouts. 2-0 pitch. Here it is, down for ball 3. The only guy in this lineup that had 2 hits against Brian Wu was Luis Arraez. 2 for 8. Phillies batters coming on into today are 5 for 30 against him. 3-0 pitch to Harper. Here it is. And the fastball is at the knees for a called strike. Cool J is here. What's up, Cool J? How you doing, buddy? No more jet lag? I guess not. Three balls, 1 strike. The windup and the pitch. Swing and a miss. That was a violent swing there by Bryce Harper. That was all or nothing on that swing. This is the most earned runs that Wu has given up at home. Scratch that. It's tied for the most runs that he's given up at home. He's never given up 6 or more than 6 runs. 3-2 pitch, and Harper flies one out over towards left center field, but in the alleyway is Randy Arozarena, and he makes the grab for out number 3. The Phillies put up 4 runs in the second inning thanks to a 3-run monstrous blast by Kyle Schwarber and an RBI single by Justin Crawford. We go to the bottom of the second. The Phillies have a 6-run cushion. All right, where are we tapping on in from today? Let us know down below, and I will give you a shout-out. How we doing today, chat? We doing good? We doing good? Let's know where we're tapping on in from. Looks like Royal Farms for meat or chicken. There you go. Royal Farms, they're very popular in Delaware. Delaware's in the chat. We got 115 likes, 447 of you guys are tapping on in. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Give yourselves a round of applause. We got Wolffair, PA in the chat. Northwest Philadelphia, Kentucky, New Jersey, Choco, New Jersey, Old City, Philadelphia, Edmonds, Washington, Everett, Pennsylvania. Let's go. Where else? Keep them coming. Lebanon, PA. What's going on, Blue 3 Dreamin'? Lakesville, PA. I see you. Scranton, PA. Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Delaware, Monroe, Ohio. North Fort Myers, Florida. Farmington, Arkansas. Wild Willie, what's going on? Welcome on into the channel. Reading, PA, says Hamlet. What's up, Hamlet? Nashville, Tennessee, says William McKay. Yes, sir. Oakland, California, yeah. Los Angeles, yeah. Let's go. We got North Philadelphia in the chat. Warrington, PA, what's up, Jerry? How you doing? Bloomington, Delaware. Glenolden, PA. And here comes Cal Raleigh to the plates. And the first pitch, that is in there for a strike. I see Niagara Falls, New York in the chat too. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. Levittown, Nevada. Nice, the gym. There you go. Good stuff. 0-1 pitch, and it's in there for strike 2. Vicky tuning on in from Oakland, California. High five to Vicky. Vicky Carson. It's a cool name. I love that. The balls, 2 strikes, 4 homers in the series so far for Cal Raleigh. 0-2 pitch. Here it is from Zeus. Swing and a miss. Hey, struck him out. 4 up, 4 down. The first chair for Jesus Luzardo. There you go. Carbondale, Illinois. Let's go. Kim with a membership. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. 1 out, bottom of the second, and the pitch that is in there for a strike to Patrick Wisdom. Thank you so much, Kim. Much love. Nothing and 1 is the count to Patrick. And the pitch fouled away. Got the Poconos also in the chat. There you go. We're all over today. Make sure that you guys spread the word. Hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel as well. Subscribing to the channel is free. The 0-2 pitch. And a sweeper that's down and inside for a ball. We got Mount Holly, New Jersey over on TikTok. There we go. Love to see it. Kathy also tapping on in. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Patrick Wisdom. Wisdom had that one really good season with the Chicago Cubs. As a Mariner, he's 7 for 39. Here's the pitch on the way. Strike 3 called. There you go. Wisdom just got caught looking at a sweeper that just came back down to earth. He needs 4 more strikeouts to get to 200. The pitch. And it's down for a ball. That's to J.P. Crawford. Zeus is fourth, or has the fourth most strikeouts this season in all of baseball. 1-0 pitch. Inside by a hair for ball 2. The next pitch, that'll be in there for a strike. Patrick Wisdom, as we said before, he had a really good season back in 2021 where he batted .231 and had 28 homers and 61 RBIs. And in 2022, he had 25 homers and 66 RBIs. 3-1 pitch, here it is. Swing and a miss. And now it's 3-2. Could not even catch up to the fastball. Zeus trying to strike out the side here and get himself a 1-2-3 inning. Can he do it? The 3-2 pitch on the way. Yes, he can! Swing and a miss! He struck him out! Let's go. 3 strikeouts in the second inning. And we will be ready to go to the third. All right. We're going to take a very quick step off, my friends. Hit that thumbs up button and hit that subscribe button as well while we're in this break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Here we go to the top of the third inning. The Philadelphia Phillies have put up 6 runs so far. Luis Arraez will lead things off in the top of the third. Grounded out to short his first time up. And Wu fires. The first pitch is called a strike. They say it hit the top of the zone. No balls, 1 strike. Wu so far, 2 innings, 5 hits allowed, 6 earned runs, and 1 walk. And here's the 0-1 pitch, down for a ball. He got Turner the strikeout twice, Bohm the strikeout once, and JT the strikeout once as well. 1 ball, 1 strike. Mods, let us know how we're doing on the likes down below. The 1-1 pitch. It's outside for ball 2. Bryce Harper hit a 2-run shot out to left center field in the top of the first inning. Wu kicks, fires, and Arraez pops this one up over towards the third base side and foul ground. Wilson has plenty of room, makes the catch, still on the turf, and Arraez fouls out. So after Harper homered in the first inning, Justin Crawford had an RBI single in the second, and Kyle Schwarber followed up with a 3-run shot. One out, top of the third. And Bohm's pitch. He'll foul it back towards the screen. Alec has 76 RBIs and 14 home runs. Does anybody know if the restaurant Bookbinders is still in Philly down by the harbor? They had some fantastic food back in the day. Bookbinders. 0-1 pitch. It's in there for strike 2. Bookbinders is still there, right? Oh no, it's closed. It was right on Walnut Street. 0-2 pitch. It's down for a ball. Old original Bookbinders. Yeah, it's not there anymore. 1-2 pitch, fouled away. But I think that, and again, correct me if I'm wrong, chat, they have the old bar event space, which is over there, which is, they still have like a bar. It's on 125 Walnut Street, Philadelphia, PA. 1-2 pitch. That's a foul ball. Let's go. One ball, 2 strikes. And here's the 1-2 pitch. And that is fouled off right behind home plate. Danny, what's up, Danny? How you doing, man? Troy, thank you so much. We have 401 people tapping on in, 133 likes. Keep the likes a-coming. Just a reminder, chat, do not spoil the game. If you see something that happens and if you press enter and it happens before I call it, that is a spoiler. Do not spoil the game. Do not spam the chat. And do not curse in the chat. 1-2 pitch to Bohm. Swing and a miss, and that is the second time that he has struck out today. So Wu able to get him the strikeout twice along with Trey Turner. Alec Bohm this year has only struck out 2 or more times in the game, 4 times. And that does include today. The pitch grounded over towards the right side. The second baseman picks it up. That's Brock Rodden, and he will throw out Bryson Stott to end the top of the 3rd inning. We go to the bottom of the 3rd. It is a 6-0 lead for Philadelphia. What else are we tapping on in from today? You guys are obviously working. Please make sure that obviously you're safe. But I always like to hear where you guys are tapping on in from. Spread the word to your coworkers, by the way. If you're still at work, of course, and if you get a second to do so. Nice. What else are we tapping on in from today? Let me know down below. There we go. What's going on, chat? So good to see you on here. It's 5 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. Michael tuning on in from Lancaster County, PA. Let's go. Salem, Virginia, says Orioles fan. Orioles down, PA. Awesome. There you go, Mr. Happy tapping on in. Another person from Lancaster, PA. That is Eric. That's cool. There you go. Lancaster, you got Michael and you got Eric from Lancaster. That's awesome. Steven is also here. What's up, Steven? Michael from Madagascar, as always. What's up, Michael? Every time I see you in the chat, I got a nice smile on my face, man. That's what you guys all do to me. Nelly Girl, thank you so much for the sub over on YouTube. I appreciate it. Here's the pitch. Ground ball, diving stop by Stott. He gets up, fires it over to first, and there's out number 1. Bryson Stott looking like a gold glover over at third base. That ball was hit 102 miles per hour off the bat, and he just made an extraordinary play over at third. A web gem for Bryson. Let's go. That was insane. And now it's Zeus, who's ready to pitch to Pareda. And the pitch is inside for a ball. So we've seen some great defense. One nice catch from Bryce Harper. That was down for a ball, by the way. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. That was back in the first when Julio Rodriguez flied one out to right. 1-1 pitch to Pareda. Here it is. And it's a foul ball. And then we just saw an excellent play from Bryson Stott, who took away a base hit, what probably would have been a double down the third base line. 1-2 pitch. Check swing, did he go? And they say no, he did not. Bill Miller over at first. The 2-2 delivery. Just a bit outside for ball 3. It was a changeup. Three and 2 is the count. Luzardo kicks, fires, and the sweeper was low for ball 4. Good try there by Zeus. Looked pretty good. Looked like it just took a dive out of the zone, but just a great take by Johnny Pareda. It's Brock Rodden's turn. Rodden has not hit a homer at all this season. 3 RBIs. The pitch. It shows bunts, but takes it back as it's in there for a strike. I appreciate that, Michael. By the way, chat, Kyle Schwarber just reached 40 homers for the 4th time as a Philly. Next pitch. Fouled off. And he just tied Ryan Howard with the most 40 homer seasons in franchise history. I mean, you really think about Ryan Howard's run. It was really impressive. And just to be able to think about it from just a home run perspective, his dominant years from 2006 to 2010, it may have actually been one of the most dominant stretches in Phillies franchise history, offensively, when you think about home runs and RBIs. No balls, 2 strikes. Chad Fairchild did get checked up by the Seattle Mariners trainer to see if he was okay. He says, I'm good. And the at-bat will continue. Here's the 0-2 pitch in the way. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. There you go. Nice pitch there by Luzardo. Went back to the sweeper. It worked. And there's out number 2. The pitch. And it's fouled back over towards the screen. Not JJ's favorite player. Can't break that record. Of course he can. Absolutely. Just because I have a favorite player doesn't mean I want him to break a record. Oh, 1 pitch. That's in there for strike 2. Imagine if I was yep, trade him because he just broke my favorite player's record. Dude, that would be so... That would be the 0-2 pitch that's fouled off. That'd be so selfish. Philly's got to trade him now. 0-2 pitch. Here it is. That ball is flied out over to left field. Marsh can't find it, but then he says, yep, okay, I got it, and jogs backwards, makes the grab for out number 3. Just lost it in the sun, but thank goodness he was able to find it, and we're ready to go to the 4th inning right now. So with that, we played 3 frames, and we go to the top of the 4th. There we go. All right, which means it is now time, my friends, for On This Day in Phillies history. Well, it happened on August 26th of 1921. And a guy by the name of Kaiser Wilhelm, who was the manager of the Phillies, came into pitch, making his last appearance as a player at the age of 45. Phillies ended up losing the game by a score of 7-2. And 18 years later, in 1939 on this day, St. Louis takes both games of a doubleheader against the Phils at Shibe Park, tying a major league record with 8 consecutive doubleheader sweeps. That's pretty wild. The Phillies also played a doubleheader today in 1951, and in the second game of a doubleheader against Cincinnati, Niles Jordan, that's a cool name, Niles Jordan pitched a 3-hit, 2-0 shutout in his major league debut. He only won 1 more game in his 8-game career. So the guy throws a 3-hit, 2-0 shutout in his major league debut and only wins 1 more game. That's it. It's wild. So those are some of the things that have happened on this day in Phillies history. Also in 1988 on this day, Ron Jones flied out to right field in his first career at-bat, but then connected for a homer in his second at-bat. Does anybody remember Ron Jones? Obviously, the ones that have been tuning on in for a long time. Do you remember Ron Jones? Here we go to the top of the 4th. The sweeper, here it is. That's outside, or on the outside edge for a called strike. The one thing that I really love about this, about doing these games, is that we're able to connect with fans who have been Phillies fans since today or since the last 50 years. And it's so cool. 0-1 pitch. Fly ball hit out over towards left center field. And on the run is Rodriguez. He will make the catch for out number 1. Here comes JT, who struck out his first time up. Luzardo's top notch. Toledo, Ohio, says Greg. What's up, Greg? How you doing, buddy? 1 out, top of the 4th. The pitch to JT, and he dribbles it foul towards the left side. 6-0 Phillies. 2 runs in the first, 4 in the second. Harper and Schwarber have homered. 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. And J.P. Crawford also had himself an RBI single. What's up, Chris? How you doing, buddy? The balls, 2 strikes. 1 away, top of the 4th. Wu with 71 pitches. Threw a lot in that second inning, not much, though, in the third. Here's the 0-2. Up high and away for a ball. The 1-2 pitch. That's up high for ball 2. Big shout out to Sarah Langs, who does an incredible job with her research when it comes to Major League Baseball and certain stats. I'm going to read you this one because this one's really wild. 2-2 pitch. This is popped up over towards the third base side. Out now towards shallow left field. Wilson backs up towards the line and makes the grab for out number 2. Ready for this? Here are the top players who have had the most homers in their first 5 seasons with the team. Number 1 is Babe Ruth, who in his first 5 seasons with the Yankees hit 235 homers. Does anybody know who number 2 is? Again, we're talking about most homers in his first 5 seasons with the team. That man is Kyle Schwarber. It's Kyle Schwarber. 1-0 pitch. Here it is. That ball's grounded over to third base sharply, and it's picked up by Wilson. And there is out number 3. So, 3 up and 3 down. Kyle Schwarber has had the second most homers in his first 5 seasons with a team. It's pretty wild. In baseball history. That's more than McGuire. That's more than Bonds. That's more than Pujols. It's more than David Ortiz. It's more than A-Rod. It's pretty impressive. Man, all right, so it is time for us to go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Yeah. It's pretty cool. Also, today in Phillies history, in 2005 on this day, Bobby Abreu hit his 3rd grand slam of the season. That was his 6th of his career. And the Phillies did beat the Arizona Diamondbacks 11-3. 3 other Phillies hit at least 3 slams in a season. The previous one was Gene Freese, who did it back in 1959. I don't know if you guys remember Chris Coast, but in 2008 on this day, the Phillies won in 13 innings against the New York Mets by a score of 8-7. Chris Coast drove in the game-winning run. He entered the game into the 8th inning and somehow still went 4 for 4 in that game. Not as a starter. Came off the bench. Pretty wild, too. And finally, in 2023 on this day in Phillies history, the Titans hit 3 homers in what ended up being a 12-1 victory over the Cardinals, pushing the team total to 48 homers for the month of August. They passed the previous monthly record of 46 set in September of 2019. Wow. Here is Jesus Luzardo back out there for the bottom of the 4th. And the pitch. It's in there for a strike. Randy Arozarena is up. No balls, 1 strike. And the 0-1 is down for a ball. Luzardo has thrown 9 first pitch strikes today to 11 batters. Last pitch. It's down in the dirt for ball 2. And the count is therefore 2-1. 440 homer seasons is wild, says Jordan. It is. 2-1 pitch. It's fouled back towards the screen. Bryce Harper passed Johnny Bench for 67th on the all-time home runs list and just tied Greg Nettles for 66th. The next people up are Jim Edmonds and Manny Machado with 393 homers. 2-2 is the count. Zeus kicks, deals, and it's inside for ball 3. And Jesus Luzardo, by the way, came on into today with 194 strikeouts. He's now 2 strikeouts away from getting to 200. 3-2 pitch. Here it is. That ball is fouled towards the first base side. It was floated, but Bohm was not going to be able to get there to make the grab. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Luzardo lines up and fires, and the pitch is down for ball 4. He had him right on the ropes. And Arozarena just took the pitch way too far down. And Julio Rodriguez is up to bat next. The last time that Rodriguez was up, he flied one out to deep right field, and Harper jumped up, caught it right over by the wall, and took away what easily would have been an extra base hit. Here's the pitch. Looked a little bit inside, but it's called a strike anyways to Julio Rodriguez. 0-1. Time is going to be called. So with that stat in mind about Kyle Schwarber, is Kyle Schwarber the best home run hitter that you've ever seen? Oh, 1 pitch. Here it is. Swing and a miss. Or would you still count Sosa, Bonds, or any of those guys? Or A-Rod or Pujols? 0-2. That's down for a ball. One ball, 2 strikes. Luzardo gets set at the letters. The 1-2 pitch. That's down in the dirt for ball 2. Howard, Bonds. It's funny. I'm a big Ryan Howard guy. I would say that Kyle Schwarber is the better home run hitter that I've seen. But when Howard was in his prime, like dominance-wise, he was pretty good too. Howard also did have a shift. But we're not talking about contact. 2-2 is down for ball 3. Luzardo kicks, fires, swing and a miss. That's now 199 strikeouts for Zeus. It's pretty crazy. 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th. There you go. Man, oh man. Good pitch by Jesus Luzardo. And now it's Cal Raleigh's turn. He will be up to bat next. And Raleigh, on the very first pitch, fouls it off towards the left side. Big strikeout to get Rodriguez there. No balls, 1 strike to Cal Raleigh. Cal struck out his first time up. 6-0 Phillies. The stretch and the pitch. Check swing, did he go? And they say, no, he did not. To make it now 1 ball and 1 strike. Folks, if you are new to the channel, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and turn on the bell icons. We got 420 people here in the chat. And 142 of you have hit the thumbs up button. 1-1 pitch. Here it is. Swing and a miss. And now it's 1-2. Bryce Harper hit a 2-run homer in the top of the first inning out to left center field. Justin Crawford had an RBI single in the bottom of the second. And then Kyle Schwarber had a deep 3-run home run out to right field to get his 40th of the season to make it 6-0. Here's the pitch on the way to Raleigh. Swing and a miss. That's now 200 strikeouts for Jesus Luzardo. Attaboy, Zeus. Here's the pitch, and that is down for a ball. And we got a runner over at second on the wild pitch. That's the 3rd time that Zeus has reached 200 strikeouts in a season. There we go. 2 outs. Bottom of the 4th. Runner at second. And the 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss. Great job with the 3D today, JJ. I mean, I'm not really doing anything. Not really doing much. Toss back over to second. The throw. It's not in time. 6-0 Phillies. Bottom of the 4th. Runner at second. 2 outs. Zeus comes set. Kicks. Fires. And a fly ball hit out over towards center field. Backing up is Crawford. He's there to make the grab. The inning is over. Time for us to go to the 5th inning. We'll take a quick step off. All right, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back in just a few moments. Here we go. All right. Time for us to go to the top of the 5th inning. Phillies lead it 6-0. What's going on, Scott? Don't worry about it, dude. I mean, again, you're tuning on in from Australia, my guy. You gotta sleep. I don't want you to keep apologizing. There's nothing to apologize about. You being on here is a bonus. Everything that you're doing is a bonus, man. I don't want you to stress yourself out. You know? Jose Ferrer is on the pitch. Good to see you, though, mate. The pitch, here it is. That's in there for a strike. No balls, 1 strike. Schwarber today 2 for 2 with a double and a 3-run home run. Here's the 0-1. That's in there for strike 2. I mean, to be honest with you, even I overslept a little bit. I did. I was supposed to start my stream at 3:20. But it happens, you know? 0-2 pitch. Grounded over towards the first base side. And flipping it back over to Ferrer in plenty of time is Wisdom. And there's out number 1. I don't ever want any of my mods to feel stressed, you know? Every time that you're on here, as long as you know, if you see something like a spoiler or whatever, that's why I gave you the wrench. It's not because, I expect you to be here and I expect you to be on time. No, you guys have lives. You kidding me? I don't pay you guys to do this. You guys just volunteer. And I really appreciate it. The pitch, that's down and inside for a ball. That's to Trey Turner. 6-0 Phillies. Trey Turner today has struck out twice. He's been chasing. And the 1-0, here it is. That's in there for a strike at the knees. The 1-1 pitch. That's to Trey Turner. That's in there for strike 2. Do you guys have a favorite childhood baseball memory? Like a childhood memory of you, like, watching baseball with your family, with, like, your dad or your mom or a sibling that was, like, really cool? 2 balls, 2 strikes to Trey Turner. And here's the 2-2 from Ferrer. That's inside for ball 3. So that makes the count now full at 3-2. Ferrer kicks, fires, and there's a ground ball hit up the middle, but the second baseman picks it up, throws it over to first, and that's in time. Nice play there by Brock Rodden. And there's 2 away. I'll be honest with you, my favorite memory as a kid was when the Phillies came back and they beat Jonathan Broxton, and I got to go to a game with my dad, and my dad threw me up in the air after they won. That was my favorite memory. I liked that better than the World Series, and going to the World Series was special. But what's your favorite memory as a kid? The pitch. It's in there for a strike. Listening to the Phillies beating the Yankees on the radio back in 08 and winning the World Series, says Simply Kenobi. 0-1 pitch, here it is. And this will be challenged. It was called a ball. And that should be overturned to strike 2. September 1980, I was at the Vet when Bake McBride hit a walk-off home run against the Expos, and we won the World Series that year. You remember, like, where you sat? It's really cool. No balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs in the top of the 5th inning to Bryce Harper. So, again, he was correct there. Now, Dan Wilson is going to go out there, and he's having a word with the umpire. I don't know what was being said. So it's 1 ball, 1 strike? Huh. 1-1 pitch, and that's down for ball 2. Well, I don't think ABS said it was a strike, and okay, whatever. 2-1. 2 outs, top of the 5th. And the pitch to Harper. That's a line drive down the third base line, and that's a fair ball. And Harper is going to go for 2, and he gets on with a double. And he is now 2 for 3 today. There you go, Bryce. Drilled that thing the opposite way. And look at him. He continues to use the opposite field. Good stuff. Charge! And that was on a pitch that honestly wasn't even a bad one. That was towards the inner third of the plate, towards the high part of the zone. 2-out double there for Harper, and here comes Arraez, and he fouls one off. That one goes out of play. Tug McGraw throwing the final pitch to win the 1980 World Series as Mr. Happy. That's cool. Sound of the radio with the Phillies on at the 4th of July picnics back in the late 60s. Was there, like, one moment, though, that you remember, though, like, as a kid that was like, wow, like, that was really, really cool? Like, where were you? 0-1, fouled away. My dad never took me to a Phillies game, so when I got my first job and car, I took my dad to our first game. That's so cool. Which game was it? 0-1, fouled off. We'll do it again. For me, it was probably the 2004 World Series, particularly Game 4, seeing a buddy of mine, Bobby Jenks, was the closer for Chicago. Really? 0-2 pitch. It's a foul ball. What does Bobby do now? That's pretty cool. Mr. Happy says I was 10 years old, JJ. Wow. That's wild. The ball's 2 strikes. The 0-2 pitch. And arraez punches it foul and stays alive. 1976 All-Star Game at the Vet eating Nick's roast beef sandwiches. 20th and Jackson. Really? Is that still around? Nick's roast beef sandwiches sat 2 rows below the Secret Service snipers. 0-2 pitch, grounded over towards shortstop. And here comes J.P. Crawford, who fields it on the ground, throws it over to first, and the inning is over. Time to go to the bottom of the 5th. Brian Wu is sort of settled in, and the Mariners are going to come on up to the plate. We'll see if Jesus Luzardo can continue his dominance today. What else do we got? 18-inning Phillies game where we put in Wilson Valdez to pitch and we won the game, says Goopy. That was a good moment, too. Were you at that game? I was 11 in 1980, Mr. Happy. That was really cool, says Steven. Steven says, I got to see Randy Johnson pitch against Roger Clemens at Yankee Stadium. Wow. That's awesome. That's really cool. My dad took me to see the Orioles in 1961. We saw Maris hit his 59th home run. Wow. These are good stories, chat. I'd like to start implementing some more of these things because I feel like, again, that we have a community on here, right? And the cool part is that we can all, again, like during spots of the game, especially like during the middle part when things start to sort of slow up a little bit, it's a really good time to be able to get people to open up and talk about some really cool things that they've gotten to see just as baseball fans. And then chat starts going off, and then they say, oh, I didn't know that. Like, that's a really cool thing. And I don't know. I just think that's really awesome. Sorry, correction, 19 innings, and yes, I was there. I remember being super young and wondering if I would still have to go to school the next day. That's funny. I like that. Here we go, bottom of the 5th. 6-0 Phillies. And Luzardo back out there to pitch. J.P. Crawford will lead things off, and he takes ball 1 outside. Zeus today, 4 innings, 2 walks, and 6 strikeouts so far. The 1-0 pitch. It's up high for ball 2. 62 pitches for Jesus Luzardo, who kicks, fires, and throws one at the top of the zone for a called strike. 2 balls, 1 strike, and Zeus fires again, and the sweeper is down for ball 3. Not much movement on the sweeper in this at-bat so far on the 2 pitches that he's thrown. It's okay, though. What's he going to throw here? Here's the 3-1 pitch, and that's a ground ball hit over towards the shortstop. Turner, he backhands it, throws it over to first, and it's in time for out number 1. Excellent defense by Trey Turner over at shortstop. He took one away, and now Wilson says, hold up a second, and they're going to challenge this. I think that they're going to challenge this to see if Alec Bohm's foot was on the bag. Oh, boy. Let's double check here. Or did Crawford beat it out? I didn't think he did. Turner made the throw right over to first. And his foot come off the bag? That's the question. Did Bohm's foot come off the bag? I don't know. It's hard to tell from that angle. Plus, the throw was high and wide, so you're not really able to get a good angle as to where his foot is compared to when the ball was caught. If it was thrown more towards the waist, it would still be in the same shot. But you'd have to really zoom on in there. Let's look here again. I think this foot may have came off, to be honest with you. Bill Miller is ready to make the call, it seems. The call stands and he's out. Wow, how about that? So there's one out here in the bottom of the fifth. Dan Wilson loses his challenge and one gone. So Bohm did keep his foot on the bag. And Wes Wilson is up next. Wilson takes the first pitch down, but it's called a strike. He won't bother to challenge it. And it's 0-1. Here's the pitch. It's inside for a ball. 1978 Phillies versus Atlanta. Steve Carlton pitch sat right behind home plate. Got 2 scrapper tickets in the parking lot. Wow. That's wild. I sat 5 rows behind home plate for Game 1 of the 1980 World Series. Had tickets for Game 7, but won in Game 6. Did they ever refund you for those tickets for Game 7 or no? 1-2 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss, and another strikeout for Jesus Luzardo. That's now 7 strikeouts. Family would go to a 4th of July game and see fireworks in late July in the 70s. Or sorry, in the late 70s. Got you. He was a manager in Grand Junction. Wow, and he invited me out to go meet the umpires and the coaches. Sadly, on the 4th of July last year, he lost to stage 4 cancer. Oh, that's too bad. That's awful. Johnny Pareda is up. The pitch that was in there for a strike. There's the 0-1. That misses inside for a ball. One ball, one strike. The 1-1 pitch. Line drive, base it out to left field. Brandon Marsh plays it on the ground. Throws it on in, over towards second. And there's a 2-out single. JJ, who's your favorite random Phillies player? Growing up, for some reason, I really liked Randall Simon. Randall Simon and who was the other one? Not John Mayberry Jr. Who was the other one that I really liked? Russell Branyan. Yeah. 2 outs. Runner over at first. And here's the pitch. That'll be in there for a called strike. What's up, Goopy? How you doing, buddy? My favorite lifetime Phillies memory. I watched them win it in all of 2008. I was in Hong Kong watching it live at 7 a.m. all by myself, says Joseph. What's up, Joseph? All by myself, celebrating. And later, I found another Phillies fan in Hong Kong bar. Really? That's so cool. 1-1 pitch. Grounded over towards second. Played on the hop by arraez. And the sidearm throw to first base is in time for out number 3. All right, so we're ready to go to the 6th inning. So Pareda ends up breaking up the no-no as he gets on with a single out to left field, but then Rodden ended up grounding out over to second. But 5 shutout innings and 1 hit allowed by Jesus Luzardo, and we're ready to go to the top of the 6th. The Phillies lead it 6-0. Continue to like, continue to subscribe to the channel, folks. My name is Jason Joseph. This is Play-by-Play with JJ. We go on for Phillies baseball, Sixers basketball, and Eagles football as well. We also do other baseball content on here too, which is a lot of fun. We have a blast. We love baseball. Baseball is definitely the heart and the soul of this channel. 184 likes. Let's get to 200. Come on, folks. Let's go, baby. Oh, man. here we go to the top of the 6th inning. And before we actually do that, let's take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard right now. So the Guardians, they're playing against the Angels. That game is in the top of the 6th inning. It's a 3-1 lead for Los Angeles. That's where the Phillies are heading after this game is over. They'll actually be flying tomorrow. I'm pretty sure they're off tomorrow. Well, I'm not pretty sure they're off tomorrow. They are off tomorrow, but I'm pretty sure that they're flying to Los Angeles tomorrow. I gotta be a little bit more precise. There you go. The Rays, by the way, shut out the Tigers 3-0. Freddie Peralta got himself a shutout victory. That's pretty wild for him. The Cubs, they are getting shut out by the Diamondbacks 1-0. That is good news. Of course, the Phillies are 3 games in back of the Cubs for that first and top wild card spot. You got the Giants beating the Reds 6-2. The Padres, they have a 2-0 lead against the Pirates in the top of the 6th. But Pittsburgh has runners at the corners with 2 outs. And so those are all your scores around Major League Baseball. Edward Luzardo is now going to pitch. 62 games, a 3-3 record, and a 3.05 ERA to go along with that. And he will face Alec Bohm to start off the top of the 6th inning. Luzardo winds up and deals and throws a fastball at 96 for a called strike. Edward is 30 years old. He's from Maracay, Venezuela. 0-1 pitch. And the sweeper is in the zone for strike 2 at 83 miles per hour. Luzardo does have a 1.29 whip, 59 innings of work, and 59 strikeouts, along with 18 walks. Into the 0-2, and that's going to be fouled away by Alec Bohm. So no balls and 2 strikes to Bohmer. Today he's 0 for 2. The windup and the pitch, that's up high for a ball. In other baseball news, Dave Roberts said that Ohtani will throw a bullpen session in Detroit on Friday. Sunday's a possibility as well. 1-2 pitch, that's grounded and smashed back up the middle for a base hit, and Bohm starts off the inning with a leadoff single. Be nice to add in some more runs. George! There you go. It's Stott who's up next. Stott doubled and scored a run in the 2nd. And he takes strike 1 down the heart and soul of the plate. Keep those likes a-coming. Luzardo delivers from the stretch. The 0-1. Here it is. It's inside for a ball. To make it now 1 ball and 1 strike. The 1-1 pitch. And that's swung on and missed. I did have one memory when I was a kid that I was a little bit annoyed with. I was really annoyed for like the rest of the weekend. So I went to a game at the bank, okay? Follow along here. Went to the game at the bank, and David DeLucci was up to bat. This was back, of course, in 06. The 1-2 pitch to Bryson Stott, and that ball is lined out to center field for a base hit. And that'll put runners over at first and second with nobody out in the top of the 6th. Back-to-back singles for the Philadelphia Phillies, and Brandon Marsh is up next. So we're sitting in the Hall of Fame club, right? And he hits a foul ball that just goes over our heads. It goes about like another section higher than us. And I thought that I would have maybe a chance to catch it. And for some reason as a kid, I was so mad because I thought that maybe he was going to hit a foul ball, and I wanted him to hit it to me, of course. And it never happened. And for the rest of that weekend, I was a little bit upset with David DeLucci, personally, because he never hit a foul ball to me. So that's one memory that I thought that I would share with you guys. I forgave him, though. The pitch, that was fouled away by Marsh. Here's the 0-1. That misses inside for a ball. I was so mad. 1 ball, 1 strike. 3 seconds left on the pitch clock. The 1-1 pitch. Here it is. That ball is popped up into foul territory, and it'll be a souvenir. How long was he with the Phillies? He was just there in 06. That's right. 1-2 pitch, here it is. Swing and a miss. And there's out number 1 here in the top of the 6th inning. Luzardo gets himself a strikeout. And so there's 1 away. And JT is up next. JT is at the plate. And here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. No balls. 1 strike. Here's the 0-1, and JT grounds this one sharply over to third. This should be 2. The throw to second, there's 1. The throw to first, that was wide and not in time. I stand corrected, and the inning will continue. Here we go. Okay, so there's 2 outs here in the top of the 6th inning, and JT gets on. That's going to go down as a 5-4 fielder's choice and an E4. A bad throw that was up high by Brock Rodden. And Rodden had to jump up and catch it. And here comes Justin Crawford to the plate. Crawford with an RBI single that came back in the 2nd. The pitch. That is called a ball. But this will be challenged. And the Mariners are going to be incorrect. It's challenged by Pareda. And they're down to 1 ABS challenge. 1-0 is the count to Justin Crawford. And here's the stretch and the pitch. That's down for ball 2. Kyle Schwarber waits in the on-deck circle. Schwarber had a 3-run shot back in the 2nd. 2 balls, no strikes. The 2-0 pitch to Crawford, and there's a ground ball towards the right side. Played on the hop, though, by Brock, and the throw over to first is in plenty of time. That time he was shifted towards that hole. And we are ready to go to the bottom of the 6th inning. It's a 6-0 game. Zeus has just given up 1 hit through 5 innings. Time to go to the bottom of the 6th at a T-Mobile Park. Just a quick reminder, Chad, after the game is over, we will have a post-game show. If you guys want to call in into the post-game show, you can. 610-314-0844 is how you dial on in. Also, please make sure that you guys go follow us on the social media platforms as well. The mods will post the link tree down below. You guys can go follow me on Facebook, on TikTok, on Instagram, and all of the other platforms. We also post on X as well. Thank you all again so much for being here. Larry, I'm really sorry about your mother-in-law. That really sucks. I'm just thankful for you, man. I really love this community because we can all come together, and it's a cool thing. Sometimes, especially when it comes to big things like that, I feel like that we've really, again, have just been blessed and have been able to develop a family on here of people that just, give them a space to be able to just talk baseball. That's really what I want. Sometimes, of course, we talk about other things too. But especially in tough times, you never know. Somebody's having a good day or if they're having a bad day, and I always want to make sure that I provide a space where, especially my community, is supportive. Especially the diehards, the diehard JJs. That's the type of space that I want. And that's the type of space I hope I can create. An escape from real life, but also a fun, loving community. Even when I'm having my worst days, you guys pick me up. And I'm grateful for that. Let's get back to baseball, shall we? Bottom of the sixth. Here we go. The pitch. It's in there for a strike. That was a sweeper down the heart and soul of the plate. No balls, one strike. And here's the pitch to Taylor Ward. It's inside for a ball. Phillies put up 2 runs in the first and 4 in the second. The 1-1 pitch. That'll be in there for strike 2. Harper hit a 2-run shot. It was back in the first inning. And then it was Schwarber who hit a 3-run homer. And Justin Crawford had himself an RBI single. 1-2 pitch. There's a line drive back up the middle to slide and stop by Arraez. He gets up, throws it over to first, and there's out number 1. This defense has been extraordinary again today. Took away a base hit. He had to go towards his right side. It was a hot shot hit back up the middle. And that was scorched off the bat. And Arraez made an extraordinary play over at second base. Good concentration. Got it into the pocket of the glove. And then got up and threw a strike over to first. And it's Randy Arozarena's turn. That's down for a ball. 1-0 pitch. Ground ball hit back over to Luzardo as he leaps up and plays it on the hop and now jogs over to first and makes the underhanded flip over to first in plenty of time for out number 2. And he makes a good defensive play as well. There you go, Zeus. I work late nights and listen into JJ. That's why I'm in different towns each night, says Mr. Happy. I really love your name, dude. I've always loved it. Julio Rodriguez is up to bat, and he stares at the changeup down the middle for a called strike. Oh, 1, here it is. The sweeper was at the knees for strike 2. Luzardo has only walked 2 batters. He got over the 200 strikeout marker for the 3rd time in his career today. The leg kick and the 0-2 inside and high for a ball. Speaking of milestones, Sal Stewart, as a rookie, just got to 100 RBIs. I don't even care if that's a rookie. He's at 100 RBIs already. 1-2 pitch, ground ball hit over towards shortstop, picked up by Turner, and the throw to first base is in plenty of time. And we are ready to go to the top of the 7th inning. It's a 6-0 lead for the Philadelphia Phillies. 6 runs on 8 hits. The Mariners only have 1 hit to show for it, and they put up 0 runs today. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe. We're going to take one more quick step off, all right? I will see you very, very soon. Don't go anywhere. Hit the thumbs up button while we're in this break. Top of the 7th. It's a 6-0 Phillies lead. Brian Wu went 4 innings today, gave up 6 earned runs. His day is done, of course. And Gabe Spire is going to be the third pitcher that the Mariners go to out of the bullpen. They've used 4 pitchers today. Here we go. Spire on the bump. Kyle Schwarber is up to bat. And the pitch, that's in there for a strike. So just to get you ready for the bottom of the 7th inning, if you paid attention to the stream, the hint for this trivia question is if you paid attention to the stream, I got asked a question about a couple of innings ago about random Phillies players. That might be the key for this trivia question. 1 ball, 1 strike. That's my little hint. 1-1 pitch. That's in there for strike 2. The 1-2 pitch, here it is. Swing and a miss. And there's out number 1 in the top of the 7th inning. Kyle Schwarber is down on strikes. Larry, I don't know if you heard me, but I sent condolences your way. I'm really sorry about your mother-in-law. Just know that I'm thinking about you, man. The pitch, grounded over towards short. Played on the hop by J.P. Crawford. And the throw over to first is in plenty of time for out number 2. 5 pitches and 2 outs in the top of the 7th. And Bryce Harper is up next. So here's how the Phillies lineup has done so far today. Kyle Schwarber has gone 2 for 4 with a 3-run homer. Trey Turner's 0 for 4. Bryce Harper's 2 for 3 with a 2-run homer. Luis Arraez 0 for 3. Bohm 1 for 3. Stott 2 for 3 with a run scored. Marsh 0 for 2 with a run scored. Realmuto 0 for 3. And Crawford 1 for 3 with a run scored and a strikeout. The pitch, here it is. Fly ball hit out over to left field. Arozarena is there, and he will make the grab for out number 3. Time for us to go to the bottom of the 7th. There we go. Okay. So, back to this trivia question. I already gave you the hint for this answer. I'm going to ask you a Phillies trivia question, and if you get it right, you'll hear this. If you get it wrong, you will hear this. All right. This Phillies player hit a homer in his first at-bat after being traded from a team. And also became the first Philly to homer in his first team at-bats. Anybody want to guess who that is? If you look it up, it's okay. I'll give it to you. Wilson. Nope. The hint that I said, somebody asked me who my favorite, who is a random Phillies player that I love. If you were paying attention to that, that's the hint. Hunter Pence, no. De La Cruz, no. Nope. Bottom of the 7th, 6-0 Phillies. 6-0 Philadelphia, and we are ready to go to the bottom of the 7th. It was not a rise. Let's see who is paying attention. Cal Raleigh is up. Randall Simon. Randall Simon is one of the people I said, but he's incorrect. He was one of the people I said, but there was another one. 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss. Same era, though. The 1-1 pitch to Cal Raleigh, swing and a miss. And now it's 1-2. I want to see who else was paying attention. Russell Branyan. 1-2 pitch, that's outside for ball 2. Somebody asked me in chat earlier to name me one of my favorite players that's a random Phillies player. And I said Randall Simon and Russell Branyan. Russell Branyan became the first Phillies player to hit a home run in his first at-bat after being traded from a team. His homer came back in August of 2007 against the Nationals, and he did it against John Rauch. So good for you. Good for you for getting that. If you got it, good job. Next pitch, that was in there for a called strike 3 to Cal Raleigh, so there's 1 out in the bottom of the 7th inning. Yes. 1 away, bottom of the 7th. And it's a 6-0 lead for the Philadelphia Phillies. Patrick Wisdom is going to be up at the plate. And here's the pitch. That's a towering fly ball hit out to deep left field, but it's going to stay in the yard. And that is caught on the track by Brandon Marsh for out number 2. Love me some Rico. He was a stud over at first. Yes. Now that's a stat. I couldn't keep my perfect streak going. It's okay. It's okay, Eric. You're good. Wasn't he also a Mariner, too? Wasn't he also a Mariner? Like later on in his career? Maybe I'm tripping. Luzardo gets 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. He has 93 pitches. No, he was a Mariner. He was. How about that? He was a Mariner back in 2010. The pitch, foul ball. So it's 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1 pitch to Crawford. And a fly ball hooking foul and out of play. And that makes it now 1-2. Russell did play, I believe that he played with, no, he did not. He was on the Indians. He played with the Reds, the Brewers, the Rays, the Padres, the Phillies, the Cardinals, and the Diamondbacks, and the Mariners. 1-2 pitch on the way. That's up high for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes to J.P. Crawford. And here's the 2-2 pitch. That is down and away for ball 3. Rico. Yeah, Rico. Rico would have been one of those players that I would have loved. Three balls, 2 strikes. The payoff pitch on the way. That's low and outside for ball 4. And J.P. Crawford gets on with a 2-out walk here in the bottom of the 7th inning. There's action going on in the Phillies bullpen. Tim Meza is warming up. Weston Wilson will be the next man up for the Seattle Mariners. 2 away, bottom of the 7th. The pitch to Wilson. Swing and a miss. Why couldn't we play like this the last 2 games? I feel like we ask ourselves that question every single day. Except when they're doing well, of course. Here's the 0-1. It's inside for a ball. Calculated risk needs 1 more strikeout to win his bet. The 1-1 pitch. Here it is. That's down and away for ball 2. What's up, Calculated Risk? How you doing, buddy? That's an interesting name for somebody who sports bets. That's a pretty cool one. 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. I like that. It's now 2-2. 102 pitches for Jesus Luzardo, and this will probably be his final batter. Two gone, bottom of the 7th. Runner over at first. The 2-2 pitch. It's low for ball 3. Wes Wilson today is 0 for 2. He did strike out in his second at-bat. The 3-2 pitch, here it is, and that's a called strike 3. Wilson's going to challenge this. That was a strike, dude. That was absolutely a strike. We're ready to go to the 8th inning, and Jesus Luzardo does get himself another strikeout. 7 innings, 9 strikeouts for Zeus. 1 hit allowed, no runs, 3 walks. He was phenomenal. And we are ready to go to the 8th inning. Congratulations, calculated risk, you won. Where are we tapping on in from today? Let us know down below. Come on, fire away. Drop the locos. Yes, sir. Where are we tapping on in from? Drop the locations down below and drop 9 chairs for Zeus. David from Cranford, New Jersey, what's going on? Philadelphia, what's up, Mark? How you doing, buddy? Good to see you on here. We got Spring Hill, Tennessee in the chat. Leonard is tuning on in, of course. High five to you, buddy. Drop 'em. Shane from Ohio. 7 Wonders in Gwynn Oaks, Maryland. Brian from Tucson, Arizona. Scott from Sydney, Australia. Let's go. I did call 9 strikeouts. I said that he would do it in 6 innings. But guess what? I'll take it. Oh, no, I did say 7. I said 7 innings, 1 earned run, 9 strikeouts. All right, I'll take it. I will take that. JJ from Fort Wayne, Hoosier Country, let's go. Phoenix, Arizona, what's going on? Brentwood, Tennessee, says William. Let's go. Harris Casino, Chester, says Star Wars, what's going on? We got Nevada in the chats. Time to go to the top of the 8th. Fishtown, of course, repping here on Play-by-Play with JJ. Camp Hill, PA, says Michael. Seedale, says Christopher. Carlos Vargas ready to pitch. 2 games and a 3.86 ERA. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, mods. Let us know how we're doing on the likes. And here's the pitch that's in there for a strike. Jesus Luzardo was phenomenal today. Absolutely phenomenal. 7 innings, 1 hit allowed, no runs, 3 walks, 9 strikeouts, 65 strikes on 104 pitches. It's insane what he's doing right now. Here's the pitch. Fouled away by Luis Arraez. He was looking at a sinker, and then he fouled off a slider. The count is 0-2. Carlos Vargas, 26 years old, 6 feet 4 inches tall, and 210 pounds. 0-2 is the count. Vargas gets set and deals. Here's the pitch. And Arraez fouls it away. The Braves play the Dodgers at 7:15. That's when the next game will start. 0-2 pitch to Arraez. That's up high for a ball. And it's now 1 ball and 2 strikes. You guys want us to do that game? You want us to do the Braves game? Drop a 1 if you want us to do it. 1-2 pitch. Fouled off. We'll do it again. The Cubs lost. That's great. Let's go. Sorry, I don't know why I did that. I meant to really press that button. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The 1-2 pitch. That's a foul ball. I did not make the thumbnail for that. No, I did not. One ball, 2 strikes. Vargas on the pitch. And the pitch to arraez. That's a fly ball hit out over to left field. And going back towards the track is arozarena for out number 1 in the top of the 8th inning. All right. Okay. I'll do it. We'll do it. Nice. I guess judging from last night's chat, JT had nothing to do with Zeus' success, says Morty. Hey, man, it's nice to disagree with people. I think that's crazy. Again, but everybody can feel how they want, but I'm with you. I agree with you. No balls, 1 strike, top of the 8th, 1 out, 6-0 Phillies. Oh, 1 pitch, here it is, fouled off, and we'll do it again. This is to Alec Bohm. Doing it live! That's right. 0-2 pitch, and check swing, did he go? I'm surprised that they even checked it right there because it was a strike. They said he went around. I don't know if he actually went around, but then Bill Miller was just like, yep, he's out. As if he was calling the balls and the strikes. He went. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, he went. Okay. I stand corrected. 2 outs, top of the 8th inning. Shouldn't have had to appeal anyways. That was a ridiculous appeal. The pitch is down the middle for a called strike. There was one time I will never forget, and it was Angel Hernandez. There was a fastball that was literally clearly down the middle, and somebody did check his swing, and they did appeal over to first base, and it said he didn't go. I couldn't stop laughing. The ball's 2 strikes. I think it was Angel Hernandez. I'm pretty sure it was. I could be wrong. Somebody can look that up for me. That'd be great. 0-2 pitch. That's down for a ball. Orion's coming in. If there's a time to use him, it's now. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and that's to Bryson Stott. And here's the 1-2 pitch. That's a foul ball. I still remember Bill O'Reilly going off like crazy. It was him? It was? Okay. One ball, 2 strikes. And that's to Bryson Stott. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That misses outside for ball 2. Did you ever get to shake Howard's hand? Yes, I did. That was cool. Did that 2 years ago. That was the day of the triple play. I missed that game. But I think it was a pretty good reason. Next pitch. That's a line drive base hit up the middle. And Bryson Stott gets on with a 2-out single here in the top of the 8th inning. Yes. There you go. So a 2-out single in the top of the 8th. And there's a runner over at first. And Brandon Marsh is going to come on up to the plate. Yeah, I got to shake his hand. I also got to see Larry Boa, too, which was really awesome. And Manuel, I don't know if I saw Charlie. I know Charlie was there, but I don't remember if I got to shake his hand. I don't think I did. I think it was just Boa and Howard. Definitely Howard. 0-1 pitch, here it is. And that is fouled away. That was cool. The one thing that Howard did say, the toughest pitch to hit is the fastball down the middle because you never know when it's going to come. That quote has always stuck out to me. 0-2 pitch, that's way inside and low, and that also gets by the catcher, and Stott is going to move over to second base. Marsh just dodged out of the way. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Brandon Marsh. And the 1-2 pitch, that's a called strike 3 on the outside edge. Marsh will challenge this. That looked like it was a strike. Oof. Let's look at this again. Yeah, but just hit the outside corner. We're ready to go to the bottom of the 8th inning. All right, I'm going to try to make this thumbnail within the span of 2 minutes. All right, I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. We'll see you very, very soon. Folks, if you're just tuning on in for the very first time, my name is Jason Joseph. This is Play-by-Play with JJ. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and turn on the notification bell icons too, and that way you will know when we do go live. All right, so with that, we are ready to go to the bottom of the 8th inning. I really did that. That sucks. Okay. AJ Smith, Schwarber, there we go. No balls, 1 strike. This is Pareda who's up to bat. And the pitch that swung on and missed for strike 2, so they didn't show the first pitch. It was a strike. No balls, 2 strikes to Pareda. And here's the pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. There you go. Drop a chair in the chat for Tim Meza. We'll get you his numbers in just a few moments. But up to bat next. Looks like, are we going to have a pinch hitter here? Are we going to have a pinch hitter? No, it's Brock Rodden who's up to bat. I didn't recognize him because he has his sunglasses on. Rodden today 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a ground out. And he takes a sinker in there for a called strike. So tonight's pitching matchup between the Dodgers and the Braves, it's Roki Sasaki for LA going up against AJ Smith-Shawver. That is the matchup for tonight. Here's the pitch, and now it's 1 ball, 1 strike. All right, here we go. The next pitch, that is taken outside for ball 2. To make it now 2 balls and 1 strike. The Phillies had 2 runs in the first and 4 in the second. And Luzardo was phenomenal today. Next pitch is down low and away for ball 3. To make it 3-1. They had a 2-run shot from Bryce Harper. That came in the first. 3-1 pitch to Rodden. Fouled off. Justin Crawford then had an RBI single, and that came in the second inning. And then Kyle Schwarber hit a 2-run home run, and that was a 3-run home run, and that also came in the second inning as well. 3-2 pitch. That's fouled away. Brock Rodden stays alive. Three balls, 2 strikes. Meza kicks, fires, and another fly ball hit out over to right field. On the run is Harper, and he's there to make the grab, and there's out number 2. 2 up and 2 down here in the bottom of the 8th inning. More info about Meza as he is in the game. A 3.39 ERA, 58 strikeouts as well, and 51 games pitched. So 2 away, bottom of the 8th. And Taylor Ward comes on up, and he fouls it away. That's bets. There you go, good. Then we'll download that. Here's the 0-1. Taylor Ward fouls it again. Back over towards the screen. So that is game 2. August 26th. Good. And we can download this. Here's the 0-2 pitch. It's down for a ball. That'll make it now 1 ball and 2 strikes. I appreciate you guys again for being on here. Hope all is well. Or he says, let's go Dodgers. Can you believe that? Rooting for the Dodgers. Feels bad. 1-2 pitch. And that's down and inside for ball 2. As Taylor Swift would say, I did something bad, but it just feels so good. Yes. Did you really just quote Taylor Swift? Of course I did. Love Taylor Swift. 2-2 pitch. Fly ball hit out over towards center field. Backing up towards the track is Crawford. And we're ready to go to the 9th inning. It's a 6-0 game. So nice catch by Crawford. JT, Justin, and Kyle are going to come on up. We'll take a step off, and we'll be right back in just a few moments. Don't go anywhere. Don't change that channel. Hit the thumbs up button and subscribe. Be right back. All right, here we go to the top of the 9th. All right, so the stream is made. Mods, if you could do me a solid and go to my home screen, click on the link, and then share it at the bottom of your screen with the community tab. I do have a redirect over to it, but just to remind people that I am going to go on for the Braves game after this. The Braves play at 7:15 against the Dodgers. We'll be doing it. 1-0 pitch. That's up high for ball 2 to JT. Vargas kicks, fires, and it's fouled off the umpire's mask. That got a good grip of Chad Fairchild. And Johnny Pareda just stood up and was like, can we go check up on him? And Chad Fairchild says, I'm okay, but now Bill Miller's going to come on in. I don't really know if I want to see a replay of this. Got him square on the mask. Ouch. And his strap came off. I think a little piece of the strap fell. Let's get those likes up. Let's get those likes up. Hit the thumbs up button and subscribe. 2 balls, 1 strike. Let's go. Smash that thumbs up button. Let's go, baby. Smash it. Drop the thumbs in the chat. Still got a good crowd for an afternoon game. I will take that. Thank you. Thanks, Scott. You're the man. We're at 248 on the likes. Let's get to 300. Simon, what's up, Simon? How you doing? I was just talking about you earlier. Just kidding. I wasn't talking about you. There's a player that I used to really like when I was young. Somebody asked me to name a random Phillies player that I liked, and his name was Randall Simon. That was his last name. What's up, Simon, though? How you doing, buddy? 2 balls, 1 strike. Though 2-1 pitch. That's lined out to left field for a base hit, and JT gets on with a leadoff single to start off the top of the 9th inning. Let's go. All right, so let's get this party started. Look at that swing. Just got it off the barrel of the bat. Drilled it out to left field. And the leadoff man is aboard. And here comes Justin Crawford. He's up next. And the pitch to Crawford, that's in the zone for a called strike at 96 miles per hour. 1 for 3 with an RBI single. That came in the second. This is awesome. What's up, buddy? How you doing? Good to meet you, man. 0-1 pitch, grounded towards the right side of the mound, and the throw over to first is in time. Sort of like a sacrifice bunt there for Justin Crawford. Soft contact over towards the right side of the mound, and Vargas had to go field it and throw it over to first to get the easy out there. And there's one away, a runner over at second base. Good stuff. That's what Crawford does, man. As your 9-hole hitter, you want somebody that can just make good contact with the baseball, put up a good fight, and set things up for the top of your lineup. The pitch. Here it is. That's a way up high for a ball to Kyle Schwarber. It's a good way to start the inning. I agree. The 1-0 pitch, and that's to Kyle. It's outside and high for ball 2. Just a reminder, after this game is over, we'll be going on for the Braves versus Dodgers game to see how things go. 2 balls, no strikes. The 2-0 pitch, swing and a miss, and it's 2-1. Two-one pitch, here it is. That's in there for strike 2. Two balls, 2 strikes. And Schwarber will step on out of the box. Two-two pitch, here it is, and that's a called strike 3 on the inside corner for out number 2. And Schwarber is down looking on strikes. Trey Turner is up, and the pitch, that'll be in there for a strike. 0-1. Duran is going to pitch the 9th inning. I guess he heard you, Morty. I guess Mattingly heard you. The pitch, so now it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Here we go to Trey Turner. 2 outs, top of the 9th. Vargas gets set and deals, and Turner fouls it off over towards the left side. The Philadelphia Phillies in this game just put up 6 runs in the first 2 innings. And since then, their offense has been silent. But it's a 6-0 ball game. Zeus got the start today. 1-2 pitch to Turner, and the fly ball hit out over towards deep center field. That ball's going back towards the track, but Rodriguez has room and makes the grab for out number 3. Time to go to the bottom of the 9th inning. Johan Duran is going to come on in. Arozarena will lead things off for the Seattle Mariners as we go to the bottom of the 9th inning. All right. So, what was I going to say? I was going to say this. So here's what's going to happen, chat. So after the game is over, we're just going to start the post-game show right away. If you guys want to call in, you can. I'm going to keep it really short, though. I really am. It's just going to be a recap, but if you guys want to call in, like right after the game is done and just give your thoughts, I'm going to allow you guys to do that. We are going to be on, of course, the game for the Braves starts at 7:15. I would like to go downstairs, of course, but I will give you a chance to call in. And if you guys want to call in, then you can. I'll give more analysis on that sort of stuff when we do the Braves game, and I will give you my actual thoughts on the game. But I still would like to give you guys a chance to call in if you guys want to. So right after the game is done, if you want to call in, you can. I'm giving you that chance for sure because I still think that you guys deserve to have that. So time for us to go to the bottom of the 9th inning. It's a 6-0 lead for the Philadelphia Phillies. And Randy Arozarena will be leading things off. It'll be Randy, Julio, and Raleigh. Here is Duran, 49 games, a 1-4 record, 28 saves in 30 opportunities, and a 1.75 ERA as well. Okay, let's see how he does here against Randy Arozarena. Arozarena in his career against Duran, 1 for 6 with a solo homer, no walks, and 2 strikeouts. Here's the pitch. That's up high and inside for a ball. Finally, a redirect that's not make-believe wrestling. Hey, man, I try to support other channels, you know. And I know that it's not everybody's cup of tea. I understand that. But they're good people, you know? That's why I do it. 2 balls, no strikes. Bottom of the 9th. Arozarena's in the box. And Duran fires, and the pitch is down and away for ball 3. Three balls, no strikes. Duran gets set above the belt. The 3-0 pitch, and it's a called strike. Arozarena did step out of the box. Ooh, boy. It's 3-1 to Randy Arozarena. He did walk, and that came back in the 4th. 3-1 pitch, fouled away. Yeah, the Mariners leader in RBIs this year. I didn't even realize this. It's Randy Arozarena. Randy has 58 RBIs. Dominic Canzona's 58 RBIs, too. You think about, like, Kyle Schwarber and his 70-plus, and Bohm as well. It's pretty wild. The pitch. There's a ground ball, base it out over to left field, and Randy Arozarena gets on with a leadoff single to start off the 9th inning. And that is just the second hit of the day for Seattle. Can we hang on? You can hang on after the game. I know what you meant, though. Yes. And by the way, Larry, thank you for the kind words. I saw the kind words that you put right before we went to do trivia. The pitch, that'll be in there for a strike. Rodriguez 0 for 3. No balls, 1 strike. We're in the bottom of the 9th. Duran fires. And the pitch is fouled away over towards the left side. If you guys want to call it in right after the game is over, 610-314-0844. That is how you dial on in. I might be a little bit late to the Braves game. Just a fair warning. But we are going to go on for that. Just wanted to make that clear. 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. And there's out number 1 in the bottom of the 9th inning. So 1 away. Rodriguez chases after a pitch that was out of the zone. There you go. Man. Julio Rodriguez, Cal Raleigh, and Taylor Ward today have gone 0 for 11 combined. The pitch. And there's a swing and a miss. In the first game, all 3 of them combined ended up going... They ended up getting 5 hits in 10 at-bats with 7 RBIs. 0-1 pitch, here it is. Check swing, did he go? They say no. It's now 1 ball, 1 strike. Oh, yes. Let's set up the Bluetooth right now. So like I said, right after the game is over, if you guys want to call in, you can. It's going to be a short post-game show because we're going on for the Braves-Dodgers game. 1-1 pitch. Here it is. That's fouled away. It's now 1-2. Bottom of the 9th. 1 out. Runner at first. And Duran kicks and fires. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Attaboy. Gone, bottom of the 9th, and Patrick Wisdom is up. And here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. The sweeper took a dive out of the zone. And it's 0-1. After the game is done, you can call on in right after the game. We're just taking phone calls, and then we're just gonna take a step off, and then we'll have the redirect over to the next game. That's how it's going to work. 1 ball, 1 strike. 10 seconds left on the pitch clock. Duran comes set just above the belt. And the 1-1 pitch. And it's up high for ball 2. Come on. 2-1 is the count. Time to get Wisdom out here. Arozarena is at second base, by the way. 2-1, here it is. Swing and a miss. And the Mariners are down to their final strike. They gave arozarena a stolen base. Or did they? No. Okay, they said it was fielders indifference. I don't know why they said stat stolen base. Always annoys me. It's fielders indifference. 2-2 pitch. That's a fly ball hit off the end of the bat out to left field. Marsh backs up. He has room, makes the grab, and the ball game is over. The Philadelphia Phillies are back in the win column, and they do take the series finale against the Seattle Mariners, and they win by a final score of 6-0. The 16th shutout win of the season for the Philadelphia Phillies, and they are able to take care of business. Jesus Luzardo gets the W, and Brian Wu gets the L. Ring the bell. The Philadelphia Phillies win. Let's go. Drop the W's in the chat for the Philadelphia Phillies. Drop those dubs. There we go. Nice. Drop the W's down below, my friends. Two more likes till we get to 300. Let's go! There we go. Good win today by the Bills. Nice one. Continue to smash those likes. There we go. All right. So as I mentioned before, all right, we are going to go on for the Braves game. The Braves game starts in about a half hour. So here's the plan, okay? Calling into the show, all right? Drop, of course, one word down below. Let me know how you guys feel about this game. One word to describe this. This was absolutely a dominant performance by Jesus Luzardo. And the offense clocked in, clocked out in the first 2 innings. And they did enough. They did enough. They got the job done. They got Brian Wu out of the game. I know that Wu started to settle on him, but they got to him early. And that was the difference today. So a nice win. Good stuff from Jesus Luzardo. Not a stressful game. Wasn't the end of the world today. Thank God. Because this team, they've been playing really good baseball. They had 2, not such good games, and that's okay. But they got themselves a W. Okay? And that's what really matters ultimately at the end of the day. We're going to take our very first phone call on here. All right, my friend, what's going on? All right, the Philadelphia Phillies shut out the Seattle Mariners today. I want to hear your thoughts on this game. Let me know how you feel.
Oh, my goodness, man. It was so happy. After the yesterday, and I believe on Monday's performance, I was like, maybe when it should be moving. I guess what? We won on Wednesday. I hate you. Luzardo should keep on doing his job. Guy is forward. I was second on Instagram. He's the only one who have a 40 lead home run at Bryce Harper. How many home runs he have? 27, I think.
Yes, that's correct, and that just tied his season total from last year. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Because the score is just nothing. If we score one more, they will be like a touchdown and an extra point. But I mean, a win is a win, yes. And you also have for Bryce and Scott Hoover. I don't know how in the world did he make that play.
That was a pretty cool play. He throws
it all the time.
Oh yeah.
With a base. And also Bryce Harper, I do not know how did he get that out. when the base was loaded, I was like, no way, Bryce Harper. Wow.
Yeah, and how about that catch that he had when Julio Rodriguez was down in the count 0-2, and that was early on. That was in his first at-bat, and Rodriguez sent it out to right field, and Harper went back towards the track to make the catch. That easily was going to be an extra base hit. It could have possibly been a home run. Could have been. That was a nice catch, too. I don't know if you remember that, too.
Yeah. And you know what else? Because after yesterday's and the Monday before, Bryce Harper was like, okay, you know what? Here, I'm so sick of them, of the first player, like of the Seattle first baseman. The first hitter always hit a home run against us. So you know what? Bryce Harper is okay as a revenge. And guess what? He made the play. He hit the home run. Guys forward after yesterday's performance, that was horrible. But he proved to us today that we still fight it. And from watching your stream, like I'm looking at it right now. The guys forward have 3 RBI,
Yes.
2 runs, and 1 home run. And meanwhile, you have Bryce Harper, who was 1 run, 1 home run, and 1 RBI. No, wait, and 2 RBI. My bad.
That's right.
And so far, all the guys were Bryce Harper did. Other players, they can who won for RBI, but you have Bryson Scott, who have 1, and Brandon Moss only 1. That's it. Here, like you say, one word. The one word that makes me feel happy today is bombs.
Bombs. I like it. That's a good one. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that a lot. Yeah,
Man.
you came on here last night and you said one thing. You said that you just didn't like how Kyle Schwarber just continues to strike out much, and he just is chasing after pitches, and they continue to have him in the leadoff spot, and he just has not been able to find himself into a groove. And today, I thought he had a spectacular day. He had the ground rule double to lead off the game, and then he hit the 3-run homer, and he got on base again, I believe. I thought that he was I thought he was spectacular today. I really do.
Yeah, I know, right? And Trey Turner 0 for 5.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised that Trey Turner forgot how to hit a ball ever since the going field, right? I don't know what's going on with Trey Turner. He forgot how to hit doing the going field. Remember that, the Twins?
Yep.
Yeah, but anyways, here, did we use Orion Kergren during the bottom of the 8th?
Orion Kerkering, why am I having a brain fart? No, it was Tim Mesa. It was Tim Mesa that came on in for the 8th inning.
Okay, yeah,
Yes.
yeah, that's good. Here.
Yeah.
So what I'm thinking is, like, in the bottom of the 8th innings, right, maybe we can use Sonatan Boland, and we also can have, who was the other one?
Raley?
What was his name?
Brooks Raley?
No, not that one. Like Alexander something.
Oh, Alex McFarland.
Yes. Yeah, we can use him. And I mean, why Sohan Doran, it shows the same. like it's 100 miles per hour. It's amazing. Okay,
Yeah,
I'm gonna give him that.
Yeah.
I mean, why Jesus Luzardo? I got surprised. Like, anytime when Jesus Luzardo always fits, we always win for him.
Yep.
But for Zach Wheeler, I don't know why we don't win. Well, sometimes, but the Avinola, either if I remember, like the Corn, remember the Corn game, like a 9 striker, and we went for him.
Yep. I remember that.
Yeah, sometimes we do like it, but meanwhile, I like it from Kyle Schwarber to the 40. He is the leader of the home runner with 40 home runs.
Yes.
And Bryce Harper, who is behind him. So far, as if our Inter manager, Dom Medley, right?
Yep. No, it's been great, and Mattingly, continues to put him in the leadoff spot. I know, but yeah, no, the offense did its job today, and the long ball came through. That was the really nice thing.
Yeah.
Luzardo was really, really good, and he did a spectacular job. I got to keep the line going, my friend, but I really appreciate you for calling on in. All right, I will hopefully, tomorrow is an off day, but hopefully we'll hear back from you on a Friday. All right.
Yeah, so bro. Take care, man.
All right. Thank you so much. Shout out to our boy. Shout out to my man. Thank you so much for tapping on in. If you guys want to call in, we'll take one more phone call. And then I got to get off. But excellent stuff today. Like, really good stuff from the Philadelphia Phillies. I was a fan of how they did. Luzardo looked really great out there. Mixed in the sweeper and the fastball and the changeup really well today. And I thought maybe he was going to have a no-hitter. I really did. All right, we'll take one more phone call. This is Scott from North Carolina. What's going on, Scott? How you doing, buddy? How are you doing? Good to hear from you.
This is great, JJ.
Yes, absolutely. They had a great performance today. And the long ball was working, Scott. It was working today.
It was.
Yep.
I actually didn't get a chance to watch the game, but I was listening to you for it.
Oh, I appreciate it, man. What was your favorite part of the game?
I didn't get the chance to see the schwarber or the harper home run either, but how far did those home runs go?
Schwarber's homer went 425 feet, and Harper's went 388 out to left center.
Oh, my goodness.
So, yeah, that was good stuff, man. It was great. You have anything else that you want to say about this game?
Oh, I thought that Luzardo pitched really well today.
Yes, he did. And 200 strikeouts for the third season for Zeus. That's, he's been spectacular. He really has, Scott.
Yeah.
He has.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you're going to have a guy that's a good quality starter, it's going to be Luzardo.
Yes. He's the guy right now that you can trust. And he's their most reliable pitcher right now. I mean, there's no doubt about it. He's the best pitcher on this team right now ever since the second half of the All-Star break. He really has been. I would actually even argue that his run has started ever since the very beginning of July when the team was on the losing streak that they were on and when they were not playing good baseball. That guy you could still rely on like every single outing pretty much to go 6 or 7 innings and just put you into a good position to succeed. So, good stuff. Good stuff, Scott. Thank you so much for calling on in, all right? I will talk to you soon.
All right. I'll be on for the Braves.
Let's go. All right, I'll see you on there. Shout out to Scott, dropping MVP for our callers today. Good stuff. Thank you so much. All right, Chad, here's what's going to happen, all right? I don't have time to take one more phone call. I apologize. But I am going to step off, okay? Stay on here because this is what's going to happen. What's going to happen, by the way, if you did want to leave a voicemail message, I will play your voicemail message during the next game. So I don't want you to just feel like that I have to call in and just take phone calls live. No, if you want to leave a voicemail message, you can. You can do that. I will play that during the Braves-Dodgers game. whenever we have breaks, okay? I will make sure that I do that. But yes, stay on here because it'll redirect you to the Braves stream. Again, I might not be here on time. I might miss the first pitch because I got to go downstairs. But anyhow, I love you all very, very much. Lila Tove, I will catch you all on the next one. Sleep well tonight, Phillies fans, and I will see you, hopefully most of you, on for the Braves game. All right? Take care.